I can't believe I haven't done this yet. So today, we are finally going to be rebuilding the Atlanta Falcons with Justin Fields. Now, we don't have him yet. Desmond Ridder looks like he knows a secret about me or something. But we will get Justin Fields in a second, because the hype for Justin Fields to Atlanta still hasn't died down. Atlanta is still the betting favorite for his landing spot. And we are going to see what this team could become over the next few years with Justin Fields at QB. So this should be fun. And I am very excited to get into this. But if you want to see another Atlanta Falcons realistic rebuild with a different potential QB, there are still a few others that are rumored to be going to Atlanta. So if you want to see that, let's see if we can get to just 2,500 likes on this video. We've been easily destroying that lately, so I should probably set it higher, but I won't for some reason. And it'll let me know y'all are enjoying these type of videos and to make more of them. Plus, liking the video really helps out the channel in the video. I would very much appreciate it. And we are so close to 50,000 subscribers. We're growing insanely quickly lately, trying to hit it within the next few days, which we're on pace to do. So if you want to be an OG of the channel while you still can be one for when we inevitably hit 10 million subscribers, be sure to subscribe, because all I do is Madden rebuilds. And it was hard to find the first person who suggested this. I think it was Richie Yamer. I don't know how you say that, but I think you were the first, they were the first. So massive shout out, their link is in the description. But if you want to shout out, or if you just want to let me know what you want to see, let me know that down in the comments. It helps me know some good rebuild ideas. But without further ado, let's get into the offseason. Let's re-sign some players, and most importantly, let's trade for Justin Fields. But for re-signings, let's see. Van Jefferson, I mean, he's 28. I'm good. He's not that good. Nate Landman, I do want back. He's not interested, but 5 years, 30 mil, he takes it. Matt Hennessy, I guess we can re-sign because he's not very expensive and funny name. He was also pretty good when he had to play. He does re-sign though. And honestly, like the last Falcons rebuild I did, I don't really think I'm gonna bring back any of these receivers. They probably will bring back one or two of them in real life, but we're just not really gonna be able to develop any of them. They're all like around 30 years old. I guess Scotty Miller's only 27, but he's also only a 70 overall. And none of them are interested. So new receiving core again, other than Drake London. And honestly, everyone else I'm kind of good on. So let's get into free agency and hopefully there are some good players. Okay, they're good receivers, which is great for us. Is it though? I mean, Michael Pittman would be a little redundant with Drake London. Amari Cooper would be nice, but he's not interested. And then Odell is a little old, but he is interested. Could this be the rare time where I sign an old player year one? I mean, it's not like we're going to be competitive immediately, so maybe not, but we could. I do kind of like Amari Cooper if he's interested. 6 years, 145 mil. Oh, the Lions, bruh. Okay, well, we're close. I just don't know if I can compete with that offer. That's tough. Bryce Huff would be cool, but he's absolutely terrible in this game. Bryce Huff is definitely someone this team could sign in real life. Ooh, Jadeveon Clowney. Again, another older player. Lots of older players here. I don't know. I want to go for Michael Pittman, but do we really need two possession-style outside receivers? Yeah, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. We'll try it. He'll probably sign with the Patriots, but we'll try to get him. But let's see. Other than that, Calais Campbell did retire, but that's something we can address in the draft. We're going to go kind of light because we don't have a whole ton of money. We'll go bigger next year. It's just a lot of old players and players that aren't interested this year. So Michael Pittman, he's going to reject us. Oh no. He signs, and he signs with the Patriots. Really? I mean, we need a receiver. We need somebody. I don't want to do the exact same thing I did in the last rebuild. Laviska Shenault, I like him in real life. Definitely a different style receiver. I guess that's the added bonus. Not as good, but let's see if he wants to sign. And he does. Okay, cool. So we get somebody at receiver. It's better than nothing. But I almost forgot. Let's trade for Justin Fields. We are going to trade our second round pick. I feel like that's fair value for him. And we are getting Justin Fields. Doesn't it normally replace the team's logo with our logo when we trade for a player? Like, shouldn't the Falcons logo be behind him now that he's part of our team? I thought that was how that worked. I mean, it doesn't matter. That's just throwing me off. But we get Justin Fields. Just kidding. I didn't even see that it said declined. That is, I almost can't even see the sliver in the trade interest level. That is, like, why doesn't that just go through? Let's add Mekhi Sargent. Sure, that'll get it done. It still doesn't switch the logos. I don't understand. I thought it did. But now we have our quarterback of the future, and now let's get to the draft. But here in the draft at number 8, there are some good options still available. Now, Malik Neighbors is probably going to go earlier in real life. He isn't really mocked to the Falcons either, but I mean, if he falls there, I don't really see them passing up on him. I also do see Dallas Turner mocked there a lot, so I'm between those two. Neighbors is the better player. I just don't know if it's realistic that he's going to be there. He definitely could be. You know what? He's an amazing player. There are honestly a lot of really good players left. Who got taken? There's Malik Neighbors, Brock Bowers, Roma Dunze, Dallas Turner, Olu Fashanu. This is a certified Madden CPU pick moment, but we'll go with Malik Neighbor. Again, I don't know if he'll be there, but the last time I passed up on a player because I didn't think they would be there. Everyone cried about it, so I'm gonna do it this time. We'll go with Malik Neighbors. And no second round pick, of course, but we have a third round pick. Ooh, I do like Mohamed Kamara a lot. That would be interesting. Let's see. I think we'll actually go with Marshawn Nealand. He'll be our Bud Dupree replacement, I guess. I think he's also like pretty much the same weight as Bud Dupree. I don't think he's actually 276 anymore. I mean, I think he most recently weighed in at like 268, like pretty much the same build as Bud Dupree, so he'll be the replacement there. Hidden dev, 85 speed, 85 strength, 88 excel. We'll take it. But let's see, last pick I'm gonna show in the 4th round. I've seen corner mocked to the Falcons. I wonder how they feel about Clark Phillips. I kind of like Clark Phillips, but I guess maybe they'll want to move on from AJ Terrell. I don't know. I'm just kind of doing what I've seen mocked. We'll go with Kalen Carson here. I have no idea what this team's gonna do in the draft, really. It's not a great roster, but at least I think they have pretty good depth at certain positions. But we'll go with Kalen Carson here, out of Wake Forest. Hidden dev, good speed, good excel. We'll take it, and let's get to the end of the draft. We'll see how he did. But here's how he did in the draft. You know, this one looked great for a normal Madden draft, but these draft classes are just lower overall. Like, most teams are picking like 60-something overalls past the 1st round, although the Jets had a pretty good draft. That's interesting. But Malik Neighbors is an 80 overall. Is he really only 20? I guess he'll be 21 by the time the season starts, but he is only 20 right now. That's crazy. But yeah, Marshawn Nealand's also decent. He's a 70. It was a decent draft. Some of these picks weren't the best overalls, but we just needed depth, and that's pretty much what we got. But let's get into year 1, and let's see how this team is looking. Okay, well, we're actually looking pretty good. I mean, we're already an 83 overall. We have an 87 overall offense. We have some insane weapons. I mean, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Malik Neighbors, Kyle Pitts, even Tyler Algier, Justin Fields is the QB. I mean, he's not technically a weapon, but I guess his running ability is. And then the defense is pretty good. It's only an 80 overall, and I think we're going to start Nealand over Carter. I thought Carter was due for a contract this year. I guess not. Probably this coming up year. I think the defense will perform well, though. I guess we'll have to see. We might not have that much of a pass rush, though, so maybe not. We'll just have to find out. It's going to be really interesting to see how this team does. Oh, yeah, and what should we make the offensive playbook? Who did they get as OC? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, they got Zach Robinson. Okay, so we're probably just going to go Rams. Okay, cool. But let's get to the midseason point of year 1, and we will see how this team does. Okay, well, we are 5-2 at the midseason point. I honestly kind of thought we would be terrible. It looks like our defense is kind of terrible. Well, not for points per game allowed, but 29th for yards. Our offense is doing really well, though, with Justin Fields. We only have 1 giveaway on the season. Just 1 interception from Justin Fields. No fumbles lost or any fumbles at all. Okay, we're cooking. I don't know if this is gonna keep up, because eventually that turnover luck is gonna catch up with us, but maybe our defense can get a little better. I don't know. We only have 8 total sacks on the season so far. We'll see what happens. But we have some re-signings. Ooh, and there are some big ones. Kyle Pitts, AJ Terrell, Justin Fields, Drew Dahlman, D. Alford. Okay, that's tough. Do we have the cap for that? We only have 70 mil to work with, and we have all those players to re-sign. Is this team more expensive than I realized? Maybe. Well, we'll start with AJ Terrell. I do want him back. He is interested. If he wasn't, it would maybe be a different story, but we'll offer him 5 years, 93 mil. That's very cheap, and he takes it. Justin Fields isn't interested. He's also ridiculously cheap, though, for a quarterback. I don't know, 6 years, 186 mil, and he takes it. Kyle Pitts, 6 years, 107 mil, and he doesn't take it. I know the Falcons haven't used him, but, you know, this is Mikey McDingle's team now. This isn't Arthur Smith's team anymore, so we're going to assume that we are actually going to use Kyle Pitts. And then Drew Dahlman we'll also worry about at the end of the year. So a lot more re-signings in year 1, but we're doing a lot better in year 1 than I expected. So let's get to the end of the year. We're probably going to collapse. We're probably going to choke, but hopefully we don't. Yep, we collapsed. Okay. For some reason, it's not showing me the division standings. I love this game. The Chargers went 14-3. The Patriots went 13-4. What is this? What are we doing? God, we only won 2 more games. We went 2 in the second half of the year. Yeah, that was a pretty good call. I think the turnovers caught up with us eventually. Let's see what went wrong. Justin Fields was pretty bad in the second half of the year. Did he only have 7 touchdowns and 7 picks in the second half of the year? I can't remember how many touchdown passes he had at the midseason, but 3,800 yards, 65% completion percentage. He was okay overall. Bijan Robinson, though, almost 1,400 yards, 5.1 per carry, 17 touchdowns. He is one of the better players in this game. Justin Fields on the ground, though, 400 yards, 4.3 per carry, 2 touchdowns. Malik Neighbors, as a rookie, 1,100 receiving yards, only 3 receiving touchdowns, because we didn't have many. Also 1,100 yards for Drake London, 4 touchdowns. Laviska Shenault was even decent. Ooh, didn't really use Kyle Pitts. I wonder if we should replace... I guess it wouldn't be a one-to-one replacement of Laviska Shenault, because he's not really our slot guy, but I wonder if we should just make Kyle Pitts our slot receiver. You know, kind of how he gets used in real life. And then just have a good number 2 tight end. I guess Jonnu Smith would work, but he's a little old. He'll be 30. We'll see. That's something I might do. We might not worry about a number 3 receiver. We might just go with Kyle Pitts as our number 3 receiver. The blocking was... I've seen worse. That wasn't too bad. But Caden Ellis led the team with 127 tackles. Tackles for loss, 14 for Grady Jarrett, 11 for Ebiketie. And sacks, 5 for Marshawn Nealon led the team as a rookie. He's not going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, but he was pretty good. I mean, he did better than I expected. I thought he would have 2. 4 for Jarrett, which I've seen him do really well before, so that's tough. 3.5 for Onyemata, only 3 for Arnold Ebiketie. In picks, 2 for Helms Carter, and Lorenzo Carter got 2 picks. I benched him. Where did he get playing time? And why was he in coverage? I don't know what I did. AJ Terrell with 2 picks and then 1 for 4 different players. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. I'm not used to seeing players on their normal teams. I've been doing a lot of fantasy drafts lately. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jalen Hurts. Bijan at number 9. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons. I don't think we'll have anyone up here, no. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jaden Daniels. On the Vikings, Drake May got picked by the Bears instead of Caleb Williams. Okay. Neighbors at number 4, though. Also, of course, the top 3 quarterbacks end up in our conference. Why wouldn't they? And Jared Verse wins Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Cardinals. Nealand at number 5. So, hey, I mean, at least we had players up there. But let's get into the offseason. And I think we're going to be able to restructure a ton of deals. We should end up with a decent amount of money for free agency. I guess you never know, though. Also, we got beat 28-7 by the Chargers. The Chargers. I guess they'll probably be good with John Harbaugh or Jim Harbaugh, but still, the Chargers. But in the Super Bowl, the Cowboys. Speaking of the Chargers, the Cowboys. This game loves weird teams. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl 28-14 over the Bengals. What else is new? But 4 re-signings. Like I said, I want Kyle Pitts back. We didn't really use him, but I have a plan to use him. So hopefully he does re-sign. I guess if not, it's not the end of the world, but he does re-sign. Okay, cool. We'll pick up the 5th year for Drake London, and then Drew Dahlman, 3 years, 40 mil. He takes it. And, oh yeah, D. Alford's here too. He's not interested, but he did get star dev. We'll go 5 years, 39 mil, and he takes it. And now we have no money. But I'll restructure some deals, and we will see what we can do in free agency. Hopefully there's some good players. Okay, this is an interesting free agent class. There's Nick Chubb here. Nick Chubb. I don't know why I thought I said the wrong name. I thought he was Bradley Chubb. I don't know. We don't need Nick Chubb. I mean, if there's one thing this Falcons team doesn't need, it's more running backs, and especially not investing heavily in another one. Tua's also here. He's developed up to an 89 with Superstar. That's interesting. I am kind of thinking about Zadarius Smith, though. I mean, our pass rush, as is usually the case in rebuilds, is terrible. I just don't know how to get a good pass rush in this game. It feels like the game works against you. You can use any variation of any playbook, or at least I can, and very rarely does it work for me, for some reason. It also looks like Zadarius Smith has been bad, so maybe I'm not super interested. Like I said, though, I do want a good number 2 tight end. There isn't really one here. I mean, Will Dissly's fine, but he's not interested in almost 30. Andrew Ogletree, I think, did something bad, so I don't know if I want to do that. He does have star dev, though. I don't know. We might just draft a tight end. I want to do something, though, so I might go for Zadarius Smith. Just a 1-year deal. We'll see how he does. Khalil Mack is also here. I get Khalil Mack so much, though. Like, I get him too much. Ooh, JOK is here. Caden Ellis is getting kind of older. I do think he's good, but we we don't have the money. It says we do. This team is going to get expensive. I don't know why I'm signing free agents this year. I probably should wait, but oh well. It would be boring to not sign free agents. And let's see, is there any need I'm forgetting? I don't think so. We do kind of need a safety and a corner, but like not desperately. And for the D-line, like Onyemata and Jarrett are pretty much the only ones that'll get a whole lot of playing time. We'll see. We'll probably draft another D-lineman though. I mean, I don't want to get another older one. Do we really need JOK? You know what? Linebackers are super easy to draft in this game. Plus, these guys would be a lot cheaper. I don't know if I want to sign one of them, but I guess we could if we do want to sign a linebacker. I'll go for a Reed Blankenship though, just to add another safety. So these are going to be our two defensive players. Super exciting. 32-year-old Zadarius Smith and Reed Blankenship. Never been so excited for a free agent class before. Let's see if these two want to sign. And they do. Cool. Not exactly massive names. Well, Zadarius Smith is well known, but two good players. And let's see what we can do in the draft this year. And maybe an interesting trade here. We're going to get rid of Arnold Ebiketie. Here's the thing. I really liked Arnold Ebiketie as a prospect like 2 years ago or whenever that was, but he hasn't really been great in the NFL. I mean, the Falcons have had one of the worst pass rushes in the league, so I guess it's realistic that it's bad here, but I thought he would be good. He definitely hasn't been. So far, I mean, he had 3 sacks in simulation the last year. He had 3.5 sacks in the year where I had to get to the, real life draft and the Justin Fields trade and all that. So he's really bad in this game. So we're going to send him to the Broncos for a 3rd round pick, which is maybe a bit much for, 3 sacks per year, but hey, they took it. I didn't make them take it, you know what I'm saying? Plus, they're desperate. They don't, have a pass rusher. They apparently let Baron Browning and, well, they still have Nick Bonito, but they let all their other guys go, apparently. But here in the draft, we pick at number 13. What do we want to do with this pick? We have a lot of different directions we could go, and something annoying. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what makes it happen, but it's doing the thing where it says every single player is a top 5 talent. There were 2 of them up here that I thought were legitimate top 5 talents because they were 1st round guys, and I was excited about that, but the game lied to me, so that's cool. And they're gone anyways. Not that we really need a pass rusher anymore, but I guess it wouldn't hurt if there was a guy that was good enough. Damn, I thought DeMarcus Johnson would be good. I mean, he still could be, but he has D zone coverage. I guess his man is better, but he also has poor acceleration. That's tough. I don't think we're going to be taking him, at least yet, unless he does fall. One of the corners I wanted is gone. Brian Owens is still here, but he's not as fast. He still looks good, though, but not, amazing. This is tough. I don't know what to do. Brian Perry looks decent. Should this be a trade back spot? I don't really love anyone here, honestly. Marquise Blue looks pretty good, but again, I don't know if I want to take him here. Oh, he looks really good. I've learned to really look for good block shedding for defensive tackles, and honestly, a lot of them do have good block shedding. Let's see. I do think we are going to trade this back. How far back do we want to go, though? Maybe pick 20? That's where most of the players I want are supposed to go. Let me see. Who's interested in trading up? I'll be realistic about it. The offers in this game suck so bad. These are terrible. This one from the Eagles is probably the best, but I could trade down all the way to 25. I'll do a custom offer. Okay, interesting trade here. We're going to move back to 25. We're picking up a 2nd this year and a 2nd next year, and we're adding our 5th round pick this year. I'm fine with doing that because I guess we're getting a pick back here, but we also have the 3rd from the Broncos, so we're still having a good amount of picks this year. And now let's see. Really, the only group that looked good this year was the D-line group. Is it our biggest need? Definitely not, but everything else looked bad, so I think that's what we're gonna go with. What does Eric Downing look like? He has D-man, but good speed and elite acceleration. I still don't love the man coverage. How about Byron Parker later on if we want to go with him? Oh, solid speed, poor acceleration. No thanks. Let's go with a D-lineman. I don't know which one's the best. I'm terrible at picking defensive linemen, so maybe not a good position for me to go with in the 1st round, but I'm gonna do it. Ooh, Benji Dean. Okay, I think we'll go with him. 4.92 speed, which is good for someone who's 319 pounds, 40 bench reps. Probably is gonna have normal dev, but I think he'll be a good overall. Let's take him. Just kidding. He has hidden 93 strength, 75 speed, 80 excel. We'll take that. I mean, he looked crazy on paper. Defensive ends are always disappointing in terms of overall, but we'll see. He could be really good. Now, in the 2nd round, I really have no idea what I want to do here. I should have traded for just straight up next year picks, because I might also trade this away. There just isn't anyone good. We could go with a safety. Brian Perry's still here. Is he great? Probably not, but he looks good. He'd probably be like a 75 or something, which would be good enough value. Braden Myers could be good. I don't think he is, though. He has C to F tackle, D-man. I don't know. He could be, though. He has A pursuit, B hit power. He looks more like a run support safety, but he's listed as zone, so I don't know. This is a really tough draft. This doesn't feel like a good draft class. I know I'm spending a lot of time on it. I just don't know what to do. I do want DeMarcus Johnson, maybe. I don't want to take him yet, but maybe. Oh, Geo Hunt has 4.37 speed. We'll take him with the next pick. He doesn't look good, but he is athletic. Maybe he could be a safety for us. I don't know. But no, we'll go with Brian Perry. I don't think he's great. I think he'll be decent. He's also 5'9", 224. He's built like a bowling ball at safety. We'll take him. Normal dev, that's unsurprising. We'll see if he's decent. This draft class is going to look so bad on paper. Like, I'm looking, unless I'm just really missing something, there is not anyone good. Like, look at this. This is a second to third round talent. C awareness, D player X, C pursuit. He at least has B finesse moves. Yay. He's going to be a 65 overall. I guess we could go with another defensive tackle because our D-line's getting old. That's something we can do. Joey Gaffney, I mean, he doesn't look that... Well, he looks pretty good. He's really fast. Sure. Hidden dev, 90 strength, 81 speed. Cool. He's an athletic freak. We'll see if he's actually good. I'm really only going defense here. Our offense is good. Our offense is set. I'll take some linemen later, just for the future, but we need to get this defense right. So last pick, we will go with Geo Hunt. I wish he had Elite Excel or at least Great Excel, only good, which is, you know, good, but I feel like you should have better acceleration when you're running a 4.37 and a 4.34 at linebacker. Like, if he was a corner or a receiver or something, I would understand a little more, but like, how is that? Whatever. Elite speed, elite agility. He doesn't look that good on paper, but athletic freak, we'll take him. Really? Normal dev? I would understand if he was like a 65 overall, but had star or something, or superstar even, but normal? All right, this is gonna be one of the worst drafts I've ever had. This isn't gonna look good. Okay, this doesn't look as bad as I expected. I think this was just a terrible draft class. I mean, this wasn't a great class, but I mean, Benji Dean at defensive tackle is a 77. That's pretty good. He was only a 74 at defensive end, but he did go up, or maybe he was a 75. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't care. Brian Perry is only a 74. I thought he would be about that, maybe a 75, but he's slightly worse. What would he be at corner? Like nickel corner. He would stay a 74. Interesting. Joey Gaffney is a 74. That's probably good value for the late second, because I think this was a terrible draft class. Geo Hunt, I moved him to safety, because I mean, well, maybe I shouldn't. His coverage is terrible. I don't know. We'll see what we want to do with him. He'll be a box safety, so I guess that would be fine. DeMarcus Overstreet, I ended up taking him too. He's a 72, and he actually does have hidden dev. So we got starters, you know? We got Benji Dean will start, Overstreet will start. I guess we only got 2 starters, and I don't even know if Dean will be a full-time starter. Yeah, this draft class wasn't great. I also took Carl Kirkland. There were like 2 draftable linemen left. We're lucky he has hidden dev because he's a 63 overall. All right, how does... do I suck or was the draft bad? Okay, the draft was bad. Understandable. Wow, the best player was a 78. That might be the lowest best player I've seen. And we got someone who was tied for the second best player in the class in Benji Dean. I used strong draft classes, so I don't know what this is, but it seems like it always happens once per rebuild. So based on this, we actually did pretty well. Not like perfect, but pretty well. Was there a better safety I could have taken? There was C. Wright, but he went in the first round. Same with Mabry. Myers was good. Oh well, whatever. This was definitely a draft. Let's get into year 2. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2. It is still pretty much the Falcons. I mean, the offense hasn't changed since last year literally at all. So there isn't really anything to go over here. I mean, Bijan's developing well. Drake London is developing well. Malik Neighbors has superstar dev, of course. And then we're going to get Kyle Pitts more receptions this year, hopefully. But the defense is pretty different. The secondary is mostly the same, but we did add Reed Blankenship and then Perry in the second round. I don't know how much playing time he's going to get, but I guess we'll see. And then, of course, we added Zadarius Smith, Overstreet, Dean. You know, we added some players. We're still only an 81 overall on defense, but it's a very young defense outside of, you know, a few players. So hopefully it plays better than last year. Last year wasn't great for this defense, but we did kind of overhaul it, so we'll see what happens. But let's get to the midseason point, and we will see how this team does. Expect probably a down year to start out the year, but I think we'll finish somewhere where we were last year. We'll see. I'm just trying to think how Madden simulation works. Okay, well, maybe we're just gonna have the exact same year we had last year. We're 4-2 at the midseason. Okay, well, we're not having the same year. This year, our defense is amazing. We have the best pass D in the league, but our offense sucks. We have the 30th passing offense with Drake London, Malik Neighbors, and Kyle Pitts as our receivers. Plus Bijan's a really good receiving back. So I don't know what's happening. Is this a Justin Fields issue? I don't know. We definitely have the weapons though. I mean, we're probably set there for the rest of the rebuild. I don't think I'm gonna touch that. And also we have some re-signings, but we have 1.8 mil in cap space to work with. Honestly, there isn't really anyone I'm dying to get back here. Like Tyler Algier's good, but I don't want to pay a second running back because we're gonna pay Bijan, obviously. Zadarius Smith, we'll see how he does. We could re-sign him at the end of the year. Like, we'll be able to free up money at the end of the year. I'm not worried about that, but we just don't have any to work with right now. Grady Jarrett, we'll definitely re-sign him after he regresses, depending on how he does this year. He is usually good in simulation, like I've said before. David Onyemata will probably let go. Caleb McGarry, I don't know. We'll see. He's not interested, but another player that does well in this game a lot of the time. We will just have to see what happens for the rest of the season. Ooh, and we have a breakout QB scenario. I mean, I doubt we'll hit this because we've had a bad pass game, but still interesting. Throw 1 or fewer interceptions and have 350 scrimmage yards or 4 total touchdowns to get superstar dev. Could be doable. I don't think it'll happen, but it could be doable. So I'll see if he hits it. If he hits it, then I'll show it. If he doesn't, we'll just get to the end of the year. So let's see what happens. Okay, well, we didn't hit the breakout, but this is maybe better. If you've seen one of these videos before, y'all know why we're here. Before I reveal how we did in year 2, if you haven't already liked the video, I would very much appreciate that. Again, 2,500 likes for another Falcons themed rebuild if you want to see that. It'll let me know y'all want to see it. But more importantly, be sure to turn on notifications for the channel if you haven't already. I always forget to plug this, and it seems like a ton of people do it when I actually say to do it. So yeah, turn on notifications. It'll let you be one of the first people to ever see these videos if you care about that, and just make sure you don't miss them, because I have a lot of fun stuff coming up very, very soon. You know, it's going to be draft season. I'll do a ton of draft themed rebuilds for whichever players go where. Free agencies in like 2 weeks. So any interesting moves that happen, I'll do a rebuild with that player in franchise. As long as it's an interesting enough move, like a quarterback or a well-known player, or some of the running backs that get signed like Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, whatever happens. But yeah, again, be sure to turn on notifications. I would appreciate it. Now, unfortunately, as for our dev traits from the draft, they were all star. Dean has star. Overstreet has star. Gaffney could have a good dev trait. That's kind of what I was thinking. He's gone up 2 overall and has only played 184 snaps, so he could have superstar or something. He also has 84 finesse. I didn't see that. Damn. Okay, he's a really interesting player. He might start next year once we lose. I guess maybe we'll lose Jarrett and Onyemata. But anyways, in year number 2, we finished 13-4, and we made the playoffs. So not a down year this season. We definitely overperformed. We had one of the best defenses in the league. Okay offense. We had a really good run game. Our pass game ended up actually being pretty good. Borderline top 10, at least for yards per game. But let's check out our season stats. This is going to be interesting. I know I've said interesting a lot. I always say interesting. It's apparently my favorite word. 3,800 yards, almost 3,900 yards for Justin Fields. 29 touchdowns, 10 picks. Definitely better than last year, at least stats-wise. Nice completion percentage. Bijan was a little worse than last year, but I'm fine with it because the team as a whole did better. We had a lot of rushing yards, though. Almost 1,300 for Bijan, 4.6 per carry, 9 touchdowns. Justin Fields, 450 yards. And Tyler Algier, almost 450 rushing yards, 4.5 per carry, 8 touchdowns. Maybe we should try to bring Tyler Algier back. I don't know. He wasn't very good last year, and again, I don't know if I want to pay a second running back. We'll see, though. Okay, and Kyle Pitts was definitely the focal point of our offense this year. 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns, and apparently it worked out. 1,000 yards for Drake London, 9 touchdowns. Malik Neighbors, only 700 yards, though. I wish we could have gotten him more touches. Maybe I'll put, let's see, to get the most production from all 3, I'll put Pitts as the number 1 slot, Neighbors as the number 2, and then London as the number 3, because London's already the number 1 receiver. I think he was getting a lot of playing time in the slot when Pitts was out there, or when Pitts was at tight end. I don't know. It's all 3 guys that can play from the slot, so it's kind of just which one. It's just kind of about getting the most playing time, I guess. So I think we'll do that next year. The blocking was a lot better this year. Drew Dahlman wasn't great, but the rest of the line held up well. And Chris Lindstrom, unsurprisingly, joins the all-castration team, which is my imaginary list of players that don't allow a sack in a season. He's already been on this list about 40 times over. He is probably the best lineman in this game. I could almost guarantee he is on it the most times. He's insane. And then DeMarcus Overstreet, as a rookie, led the team with 122 tackles. Tackles for loss, 14 for Dean, 13 for Jarrett, 11 for Nealand, and sacks. We actually had a really good amount. That's really surprising. 8.5 for Benji Dean as a rookie, who had a monster rookie season. 8.5 for Zadarius Smith, 8 for Jarrett, 8 for Nealand. I'm surprised he's actually been good. Most of the time, if pass rushers aren't either like proven real life really good players or like really high overall prospects, normally they don't get any sacks. Normally they are just completely terrible and they don't develop, but he's actually developed really well already. I was thinking about maybe drafting a pass rusher this year, which I guess we still maybe could because it depends on what we're going to do with Zadarius Smith, but we definitely don't need to replace Nealand, at least yet. I'm sure he'll have a down year eventually. We'll see. And then interceptions, 2 for Alford and Terrell, and then 1 for 4 different players. But let's check out yearly awards. MVP goes to Jalen Hurts. Tua on the Bears. Didn't... This game, dude. This... Can we get a company that takes us seriously? Like, are we for real here? Do you want to see the Bears quarterback room if you don't remember? I remember what they did. They drafted Drake May last year, and in the offseason, they were like, you know what? Let's sign Tua to a big contract. And Drake May was actually good. It's not like this was a, you know, Josh Rosen type scenario. This game, it's something. I mean, hey, why have one good quarterback when we can have 2? You know what I mean? Great strategy there from the Bears. Nothing wrong with it. Amon-Ra St. Brown wins Offensive Player of the Year. That's fun. They also signed Nick Chubb. They were like, let's just spend all of our money. I mean, Nick Chubb at least makes sense, I guess. I mean, it depends on how well he comes back from his injury in real life, but here that makes sense. The Tua, I don't know. We don't have any Falcons up here, which is kind of surprising, unless I'm blind. No. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson, so the Lions sweep the awards. No Falcons up here. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Barry DiNapoli for the Giants, if that's how you say that. Mitch Lovelock at number 10. 10. I feel like I'm getting sick or something. It's hard for me to speak today. My throat is closing. I don't know. But Mitch Lovelock, don't know who that is. I think he's our 3rd running back. And Benji Dean wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. We will take that. DeMarcus Overstreet at number 2. So we top 2 Defensive Rookie of the Year for the NFC. That's huge. But let's see who we are going to be taking on in the playoffs. Probably our only playoff game of the season. We're probably not going to win it. It's going to be the 10-7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We definitely deserve to win this game. We're at home. We have the better overall team. We have the better performing team, I guess, although the Buccaneers ended up with the best defense in the league. I don't know. Hot take maybe, because I mentioned this in the last rebuild. I used the Buccaneers defensive playbook, but I think it's really good. I asked, you know, what's a good 3-4 defensive playbook? I don't think I saw anyone mention the Buccaneers, but it used to be my go-to. It was very good here. It was good when I used it in the last rebuild. I might start using it when we have a 3-4 defense. We'll see. That's my recommendation. Maybe it's not the best, but from what I've seen, it's good. Like I said, it used to be my go-to in older games. It seems like it's still good. I don't know. The game's so playbook oriented. That's like the most important thing you can do is find out what the best playbooks are. But we will go play it cool for the, I don't even know what it was, first of many. Maybe it was playoff rivals. I don't know. Also, I forgot to, I used the wrong face for Mikey McDingle, so that's tough. Got plastic surgery for this rebuild. I don't know. But let's simulate this game out and probably lose, unfortunately. Okay, no, we smoke the Buccaneers, as we maybe should. We win 35-17, and we are going to be taking on the Arizona Cardinals in the conference championship. They're only an 83 overall. It's kind of rare to see them here. Normally, they do not do well in franchise because Kyler's awful in this game most of the time, but it looks like he's doing well. What is the CPU draft logic? What are they doing? They drafted Bo Nix. Why? I mean, he was a 2nd-round pick. That's not as bad as him being a 1st, but still, why? Unless their plan is to move on from Kyler, who they literally just paid in real life not that long ago. Actually, I don't remember when that was, but still, I'm pretty sure he's not on a short deal. Like, I don't know what the CPU's doing. I'm sure we could find some other stupid shit. Like, I'm sure the Commanders drafted Owen Rouse pretty high. Yeah, 2nd round for a quarterback that'll never see the field. Why? The Packers drafted Michael Penix. Unless he fell to like the 4th round or something. Why? No, mid-2nd. I love this game. But anyways, we have a recap for the first of many. Give us those sweet, juicy staff points, please and thank you. A whole 7 of them. But let's simulate this game and let's see if we can move on to a Super Bowl in only year 2. I'm hyping it up too much. We're gonna lose. We lose. We lose to the 83 overall Cardinals. It's gonna be a Bengals-Cardinals Super Bowl. Well, hey, at the very least, we'll have a new Super Bowl winner. I mean, neither of these teams have ever won a Super Bowl. I don't know how the hell the Arizona Cardinals made it at an 83 overall. You know what? Just to be petty, where does their 83 overall rank in the league? I see a couple teams that are at least least worst, or at least worse. But an 83 isn't exactly high. There are like 88 overall teams. There are lots of 86s. There's some 81s, damn. Yeah, I don't know how the Cardinals made it. The poor Saints. I guess they're not the worst, but they're definitely not close to the best. Even the Bengals are just like pretty good. They're only an 84. I love this game. Let's simulate it out and we'll see what happens for them, I guess. I don't know. And the Bengals win their first Super Bowl. They were in the Super Bowl last year, weren't they? So maybe that's not their first. No, I think the Cowboys beat them, right? Yeah, the Cowboys won 28-14. So the Bengals do finally win a Super Bowl. But ooh, we have some upgrades here. 2 for Benji Dean, who I'm assuming went up to Superstar Dev for his Defensive Rookie of the Year. Now up to an 84, 86 with morale. That was definitely a great pick. And yeah, he does have Superstar Dev. We're also, did I see that right? Oh, we haven't, I thought I said we had an 88 overall team. No, we have an 85. I thought it was normally in a different order. I thought it did overall first, then offense, then defense. Not offense, defense, overall. I don't know. And I don't know how an 88 and an 85 equals an 85. Oh, our defense is an 83. Sure, whatever. But we are gonna have, again, a lot of work to do this offseason. It looks like, unfortunately, Jake Matthews retired, so we might need 2 new tackles. We'll have to restructure a lot of deals, probably cut some players. We'll have to see what we want to do with Zadarius Smith or if we're going to have to replace him. This is, again, going to be a pretty busy offseason. But let's start it. Let's see who we have to re-sign or who we want to re-sign. We'll pick up the 5th year for Bijan. That's pretty damn cheap. Again, Tyler Algier, really good player, but he's not interested. We'll let him start somewhere. Zadarius Smith was good. I mean, we'll re-sign him. I would prefer a 1-year deal, but I guess I'm fine with 2 years, 33. He takes it. And honestly, how was Grady Jarrett? Was he one of the guys that got like 8 sacks? He was. Okay, I do want him back. Let me restructure some deals. Okay, well, we were able to free up a pretty good amount of cap. Not as much as I expected, but at least a good amount. We'll be able to get Grady Jarrett back, assuming he actually wants to take this. 2 years, 25 mil, and he does. And then Caleb McGarry, I'm not going to re-sign here, but I'll try to re-sign him in free agency. I think that'll be cheaper because I wouldn't imagine many teams will be too interested, but maybe. I don't know. We're going to need a new left tackle this year at the very least, though, which is kind of scary. But it does look like a pretty good free agent class this year. Jalen Ramsey's here. That's someone I very rarely use in franchise, and honestly, former Ram should know Raheem Morris. You know, I guess they weren't there together for super long, but I don't know. I made corner my focus position for the draft this year. It is a strong corner class, so maybe we won't do that, but it would make sense to do this. I don't know. I think we'll stay away from that, though. Ooh, Isaiah Likely. That would be kind of fun. I might go for him. Okay, yeah, here's what we're going to do in free agency. We're going to go another really small class, but we don't have a ton of money. We're going to go for Caleb McGarry and Isaiah Likely. But let's see if we can sign these 2 players. I hope we can. Neither of them sign right off the bat. Okay. How about now? Okay, we get Caleb McGarry, which I honestly thought we wouldn't because we didn't have a full green offer for him, but we do get him. And how about Isaiah Likely? Does he want to sign now? Okay, he does. Cool. So we get those 2. Not really the biggest additions. Well, I guess McGarry is because we don't have a tackle. We still need another one, but you know, they're two necessary additions. McGarry will obviously get full starting reps, but Likely will get some good starting snaps too when Kyle Pitts is in the slot, of course. But let's get to the draft and let's try to fill out the rest of this roster. We're close to something insane here. But in the draft this year, the Chargers have the number 1 pick. They were one of the best teams a couple years ago, and now they're the worst. So I don't know what happened there. We pick at number 30, though, and I definitely want to go with a corner. The ones that are left aren't amazing, but they're pretty good. There's some good ones left, especially later, like some of these guys, Daniel Way, Phillip Lowe. We'll probably double up on corner in this draft, but I think we're going to go with one round 1. There's Antoine Hickson. He must have good speed because he doesn't have the best man or press. He has great speed, elite acceleration. He's pretty good looking. Here's the thing. I bet one of these guys has star and one probably has normal. I don't know if we're going to be able to take the one that has star, but I guess I'll try. I guess they both could have normal. I doubt they both have star. Kind of rare for corners early on in the draft, but I don't know. We'll just go with the guy who's a year younger. There isn't really a point in trying to guess who has star because it's really, really hard to do. We'll go with Dion Harvey out of LSU with this pick. Normal dev, of course. The other guy probably had star, but 93 change direction, 94 excel. He's a first round talent. talent, we'll take it. But now in the second round, I do want to go with a tackle here. We could also go Antoine Hickson still. He's still available. We're not going to do that, but I guess we could. We're more than likely going to go with the guard to play at tackle because most of the time tackles aren't great in this game. Brooks Novak is really strong, but honestly, that's about it. He has good power, but even then he only has B to D pass block power, so he's not great. Ooh. Derek Bowe's okay. He could actually be pretty good. We'll think about him. I don't know. I don't have much experience taking tackles. Normally, I just go with guards and put him at tackle, like I said. Aaron McKee could be good. He's really well-rounded. Ooh, Emmett Morris at center. Okay, he's definitely not a scheme fit, but he's really strong. He's interesting. I don't know. I don't see any linemen that scream to me as amazing. There are a few that look really good, but none that are like clearly we need to take that player. Nick Swain as a UDFA actually looks pretty damn good. We might take him like round 6 or something. Okay, yeah, I don't see any of those like crazy generational 82 overall guards or anything. I think my favorite, I don't know if he's my favorite. This is tough. Christian Sullivan is very strong. 81, what am I saying? 41 bench reps, elite strength, elite change of direction for whatever that's worth. The problem with him is he's not a scheme fit and his awareness isn't that good. So I'm not sure if he's actually really good, but he looks pretty good. And I don't know about him at tackle. God, this is tough. This is really tough. I don't know what to do. To be honest, I think Emmett Morris might be the best lineman available, but he's not a scheme fit at all. And I don't know about him at tackle. I'll probably just take multiple linemen, honestly. I think I will. Where was the well-rounded one? Who was that? Was that a tackle? I don't even remember. I kind of do like Derek Bowe for some reason. He could be terrible, but he has solid strength. I mean, I feel like 32 reps is a little better than just solid, but he's interesting. He has really good pass blocking and could even have decent run blocking, which is why I like him. This could be an absolute waste of a pick, but it was a trade down pick anyways. Sure. Normal dev, that's not really surprising, but we'll see what his overall is. I think we'll go with more linemen though. Christian Sullivan is still here. He definitely has his flaws too, but I like the strength. He's good run block power, not a scheme fit, but he looks good. We'll take him too. He actually has hidden 94 strength. I don't think either of the linemen we got are great overalls, but at least he has hidden depth. I've been making some interesting draft picks in this rebuild. Well, the first draft class was just terrible. We actually did pretty well in that one, but this one's tough. And let's see, last pick I'm going to show. Is there anything else we desperately need that I'm just forgetting about? Nah, I mean, I think we're mostly good. We can maybe look for a linebacker or a pass rusher for when Zadarius Smith is gone, but most pass rushers by this point in the draft in Madden aren't good. Okay, yeah, there's nobody good left. Peter Weston, he's not very strong, and his block shedding's terrible. He's probably decent, though. I don't know. Timmy Cook has elite speed for some reason. He ran a 4.45 and has elite speed. What is this game? James Andrews also ran a 4.55 and has elite speed. I mean, 4.55 is pretty good for a linebacker. That's not elite, though. James Andrews looks pretty good, though. We'll take him. Hidden dev, 90 speed, 89 excel. We'll take it. But I'll make 1 or 2 more picks, and I will see y'all for the draft recap. Hopefully, we did better than I think we did. Okay, was this just another bad draft class? Dion Harvey was a first-round talent. He's only a 76. Did I not set draft class strength to strong for every position? I mean, there were some good players this year. It looks like just a big fall off quick. I don't know. No, this wasn't that bad of a draft class. These corners would have been nice to have. They went before we picked, pretty far before we picked, but there were 3 really good ones, so that's unlucky, and Hickson was the better player with hidden dev. Cool. Earl Thomas. Okay. Derek Bowe's decent. He's a 74. Christian Sullivan's pretty good. He's a 76. I mean, if Harvey was a first-round talent, I guess so is Sullivan at a 76, so that was a good value pick. James Andrews is pretty good. Javier Cooper, I thought would be much better. He's only a 70. He at least does have the hidden dev, but he only has 59 power moves, only 70 block shed, 75 tackle, whatever. The center I wanted also got picked early, so he was probably really good. I was going to take him, but he was gone by the end of the 5th. Let me try to find him. I can't remember his name. Was it? No, I would hope it wasn't Raheem Best. Was it Nick Rose? No, it was Nick Swain. Where did Nick Swain go? Oh, okay, he was good. I wish we would have got him. He went 4 picks before us, of course. 73 overall, hidden dev. Great. Cool. I mean, I don't think he would have got much playing time anyways, but he was good. I mean, either way, good draft class. We got a couple starters. We'll take it, and let's get into year 3. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, but question of the day. How do you think your favorite team is gonna do this year in real life? Let me know that down in the comments. I'm a Seahawks fan. As most of y'all know, I don't know how the Seahawks are gonna do. Before it was pretty easy for me to predict. You know, you could pretty comfortably predict a Pete Carroll team to go like 9-8, 10-7, 8-9-ish. You know, always pretty good, but never great, at least recently. But it's tough with a new coaching staff. Honestly, I don't want to jinx it, so I'm going to be pessimistic. I'll say 9-8, but honestly, I think they could be really, really good. I like the new OC. I'm not a Washington fan, but, you know, the Huskies offense was really good. I'm assuming they're going to draft Michael Penix at some point. I'm still a Geno believer, but we'll see how long he sticks around, and I think the defense should be much better. We'll see. So I'm gonna say 10-7, could be better, could be much worse. We'll just have to see. But let me know how you think your favorite team is gonna do down in the comments below. But here's a look at the team heading into year 3. We are looking really good. 85 overall. I think we're the exact same overall we started the offseason as, so I don't know if that's great, but I guess we just lost morale, so that's fine. We're absolutely a better team. I really wish Harvey had a dev trait. Maybe he can do well enough to win Defensive Rookie of the Year and get one. We'll see. It was a bit of a whiff, but it is what it is. We'll see how Benji Dean does in year 2. He'll probably completely fall off a cliff because Madden, but hopefully he does well. And we'll have to see how Sullivan does at left tackle. I'm a little nervous about that. He's pretty much the exact same as a run blocker and pass blocker, just has 2 better run block finesse than pass block finesse, and that's it. But he is only a 64 overall pass protect. We'll see how that goes. We could also put Bergeron at left tackle. That might be better. He only has 70 pass blocking, though. Maybe that wouldn't be better. I don't know. We'll see how Sullivan does. If he sucks, we'll swap him at the midseason or something. But yeah, good team on paper. We'll see how it does. We've been good so far in simulation, so let's get to the midseason point, and let's just see what happens once again. All right, there's the classic Madden down year for literally no reason. We're 3-4 with the best roster we've had yet. That's great. I mean, I know every team's getting better too, but, you know, so did we. We were really good last year. Let's see what's going wrong. It looked like we had one of the worst defenses in the league. How's the blocking too? Caleb McGarry isn't doing great, but not terrible. Christian Sullivan's actually doing well. I don't know. We're just allowing a lot of yards on defense, I guess. Nothing's too terrible. Like, the sacks are bad, but I thought they would be worse. Yeah, it's never great to allow 31.7 points per game after having one of the best offenses in the league last year and just getting better there, so I love this game. It doesn't drive me crazy at all. But we have negative 3.8 mil to work with in cap space. That's tough. We'll try to re-sign Jesse Bates and Drake London at the end of the year. Probably Matt Bergeron too. He's been pretty good, but we'll just see. We'll see what happens by the end of the year. Hopefully we bounce back. I don't think we will. We'll probably finish like 7-10 or something. I don't know. We're only 3-4. It's not like we're 1-5 or something, 1-6, but still we should be better. But let's get to the end of the year and we will see what happens. Okay, well, we do bounce back. We finished 9-8 in year number 3. We still had one of the worst defenses in the league, which I guess, to be fair, we only have an 83 overall defense. Like, it's definitely not good. It's our offense that carries. I feel like our defense looks better than, I guess, an 84 now, but yeah, I guess just overall wise, it isn't great. Also, something fun is Andrews actually has superstar dev. Did I show me picking him? I think I did. So I guess that was a good pick. I think he was the only superstar dev player we hit. Yeah, Sullivan has star. I guess we really didn't get many dev traits this year at all. We had Cooper, but I don't know what it is yet. It's probably just star. He's only gone up 1 overall. But yeah, we once again made the playoffs. Now let's check out the season stats. Justin Fields wasn't great. Only 3,200 yards. He had a lot less yards this year. 23 touchdowns, 11 picks. This feels like the hard coded in down year in Madden simulation or whatever it is. I don't know. But over 1,400 yards for Bijan Robinson, 5.5 per carry, 13 touchdowns. What are his career totals so far? Oh yeah, I guess I can't really check that here, but he's been really good. Fields did well in the run game. Lovelock wasn't great. I mean, he got touchdowns, but the 2.9 yards per carry. Okay, yeah, receiving was just way down this year. No 1,000-yard receivers this year. Kyle Pitts with 945, 6 touchdowns. Neighbors with only 700 yards as our number 2 receiver, and Drake London only 670 as our, I guess, number 3, even though he was our number 1. I don't know. The blocking, you know, this would be good normally, but we didn't pass much. Chris Lindstrom once again joins the all-castration team. He's insane. I mean, 23 sacks definitely isn't bad at all, but we just didn't pass very much, so I don't know. And then on defense, Overstreet led the team with 126 tackles. Tackles for loss, really not many at all. And sacks, 9 for Marshawn Nealand. He's been really good. I'm surprised about that. I thought we would just draft him and then replace him the next year, but no, he's turned out to be really good. Zadarius Smith, only 6 sacks, 6 for Jarrett, and then 3.5 for Dean. Yeah, I was right about that. Big down year for him. Shocker. So hard to predict. And Nate Landman led the team with 4 picks. He only had 435 snaps on the year. He got a pick per 100 snaps. That's crazy. And then 1 pick for Zadarius Smith and then a few other players. Weird season. Really, really weird season. MVP goes to Joe Burrow. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Brandon Ayuk. No Falcons. Defensive Player of the Year goes to DeMarcus Lawrence on the Cardinals. This game loves DeMarcus Lawrence. This game just loves the Cowboys. We all know that, though. Like, that's no news, I guess. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Ross Townsend for the 49ers. He's their new QB. I guess they got rid of Brock Purdy or something. Don't know where he went. No Falcons. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to James Stuckey for the Bears. I was thinking there was someone with that name. There was a 49ers defensive tackle named Jim Stuckey. His name was James. I guess that's who I'm thinking of. I don't know. Dion Harvey at number 5. Wish he did better, but I didn't really expect him to. But of course, in the playoffs, we are going to be taking on the 10-7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We beat them last year. We still have a better team. We're an 87 overall to their 84. Let's simulate this game out, and let's see if we get a win. No. Isn't that the score we beat them by last year? They beat us 35-17, despite us having a considerably better team. You hate to see it. Oh, what a Super Bowl. There's the classic Chiefs-Cowboys Super Bowl that has to happen once per rebuild. The Chiefs blow out and shut out the Cowboys 21-0. That's tough for them, but this offseason could be tough for us. We're very broke, not just broke, we have negative 14 million cap, so that's not ideal, not great. Let's see if we can restructure some deals. We're gonna need to, or cut some players, I don't know, we're gonna need to do something. Okay, we weren't able to free up as much as I thought we could. Oh, this is a really tough decision. Nah, I think I have a plan here. Okay, we'll bring Jesse Bates back. We'll go, that's a long deal. We'll go 5 years, 117 mil, and he takes it. And here's what we're gonna do for Drake London. We'll pick up the 5th year for Malik Neighbors, and for Drake London, we will offer him this very fair 5-year, $5.5 mil deal. Shockingly, he doesn't take it, but we will franchise tag him. 43 mil. I mean, we'll do it, but I think it's safe to say we're officially in cap hell with negative 42 mil. That might be the most I've ever had, like, after a re-signing period. That's crazy. I've had, like, negative 115 mil, but that was, like, to start a re-signing period before restructures and all that. This is tough. I'm surprised this team is as expensive as it is, but let's get straight to the draft, and we'll see what we can do. But in the draft, we pick at number 19. The Saints have the number 1 pick this year. There are a lot of different directions we can go with this pick, honestly. We do need a 3rd receiver now, but honestly, we don't really use a 3rd receiver. I mean, Isaiah Likely is kind of our 3rd receiver in a way, or I guess maybe Malik Neighbors is. I don't know. It depends on how you want to look at it. This is a weird offense we have going here. We definitely need a guard, though. That's for sure. Well, do we, though? I mean, we have Bo. We have Sullivan. If we're going to play someone at guard, it's definitely going to be Sullivan because Bo's like 6'7", 310 or something. Wait, no. I guess 6'4", 313 could play at guard. He'll be our Matt Bergeron replacement unless we want to draft somebody. There was a guard that was 6'7", like 308 or something. I thought it was Bo. I guess that's not who I took, though. But on defense, we're still going to look at corner and maybe a pass rusher because Zadarius Smith wasn't great. I didn't look at any of the pass rushers yet, so I'll have to look through that. But I did focus scout defensive end. That was our focus position. So let's see. Nick Silva in the 3rd round looks pretty good. Same with Mike Sims in the 2nd to 3rd, I guess. Oh yeah, both of these guys look really good. Both of them have A awareness. They both have really, really similar ratings. They're almost the same player. Silva has a little better tackling and honestly a lot better speed, but Sims has elite strength. There's also Kyrie Overeem. Interesting name. He looks good though. He would be a better fit because our rush ends are speed rushers. I don't know if he's as good as the other two, but he might be better for us. He didn't look that good though. I mean, he looked okay, but I don't know. And then there's James Ely. He is interesting. He has elite speed, which is cool. He has good strength, great jumping. He has A finesse, B pursuit. The problem is he has at best B awareness, could have A play rec, but it's probably a C, and he has C to F tackle. So he's definitely not perfect. I do like the speed, though. That's interesting. It would be a big risk because he could be really bad. I'm making some weird picks in this rebuild, dude. I don't know what my strategy's been. I feel like our positions of need haven't been the strongest in these classes. Oh, wait a minute. Isaiah Harper, one of the players I focus scouted. I didn't think he would would still be here. He looks insane. Elite speed, great acceleration. Oh, he's totally gonna have normal dev, which is absolutely brain dead, but A awareness, A man coverage, A zone, B press. Need I say more? We're gonna take him. And he has hidden dev. Okay, cool. 96 speed, 92 excel. Not the best jumping in the world, but 87's like pretty good. Who cares? Doesn't really matter. If you can cover and you've got speed, then you can cover and you have speed. Enough said. But now let's see. Is there still a good pass rusher available? I wanted one of the speed rushers. James Ely is still here, which is it's probably good I didn't take him in the first round. But here he could be worth it, especially if he does have a dev trait, which he could. He has the elite speed. He lacks discipline. What's his injury? A to C. He might have normal dev. We'll see. I'll take a chance. We might as well. No, here's what I'll do first. I'm not gonna say anything. I'll just look. Let me see if they're one of those like crazy good guards that I always mention. No. There are some really good centers though. I like Gladstone and Ingram. Both of them look really good. Or no, Gladstone looks fine. Connell, whatever. Connell. He looks really good. Really, really good. Oh my God, wait. Hopefully he's there in the third round. I mean, Ingram might even be better. He's just not a scheme fit, but he also looks insane. Just his finesse is bad. We'll go with Ely here, and whichever one of those centers is still available, we'll take him. Ely does have hidden. That's cool. 86 speed, 88 excel. Might have been worth it in the first round even, but he's still here, so we'll take that. And let's go with one of those centers, assuming one of them is still available. I kind of thought one would go a pick before us because the game loves to do that to me. Okay, Connell is still here. Is he scheme fit? Yeah, he is. He's agile. He's also only 6'1", so I think we're gonna have to keep him at center, but we can move Drew Dahlman to guard, I guess. So let's take Connell. Hidden dev, 91 strength, 76 speed, 77 jumping, 76 agility, 82 acceleration. This is one of the most athletic linemen I've ever seen. This dude's crazy. I don't know if he's gonna be the best overall in the world, but he could be. My guess is like a 76. We'll have to see. But let's get to the draft recap. I'll take a couple more players. I think I'll take a receiver, something else, we'll see. But I think we did pretty well. Okay, yeah, this was a much better draft than some other ones that we've had. Isaiah Harper is an 82 or an 81 overall, 96 speed, 81 man, 80 zone. I kind of thought his man and zone could be a little higher. I honestly thought he could be a little better even, but he's still very good. I don't know if he's the best corner in the class. He could be. Oh, well, no, the #1 pick, Larry Weber, 84 overall. Damn. Of course he goes to a division rival. Why wouldn't he? He was the best corner we could have taken by a lot, it looks like. The next best were some 77 overalls. There was an 87 overall running back, though. I almost missed this guy. I feel like the 49ers always end up with the like 87 overall running backs, or the insane ones. That's not so much the case in real life, at least for drafting. You know, they drafted Trey Sermon, Ty Davis Price, both of them pretty high. Those aren't great picks. God, Jose Ingram was really good too, though. But back to our draft, I guess since I mentioned that other center. Norman Connell, 77 overall. He is 1 overall worse, but doesn't really matter. Connell's just the one who was available to us. He looks really good. James Ely's only a 73, but that's about what I thought he would be. I was just hoping for the hidden dev, and he had hidden dev, so we'll take that. I don't even know how much he's going to play, though. I guess we'll see. And then I think my last pick, yeah. Ooh, the CPU picked a good receiver, but Dante Williams, he was another one of those, like, playmakers with good medium route, 76 medium route. I honestly thought it would be a little better. I mean, it was a B, so it's about what I should expect. He also has 95 excel, 93 agility, 86 spec catch. He looks really good. I don't know what this was. That wasn't me. A 62 overall quarterback. We didn't even need a quarterback, like a backup. Maybe we did, but I thought the CPU just drafted a backup QB last year, so I don't know. The CPU did pick Rob Bain, though. Only normal dev, but 73 overall. He looks really good. Well, not really good, but really good value for the 6th round. So nice draft here. Definitely a few first-round talents at least, and then a top 3 talent in Isaiah Harper. Yeah, tied for top 3, so this was a really good draft. And let's get into the final year of this rebuild. But this team is looking honestly really good. I have no idea how we're gonna do in simulation, and this isn't like the best team I've ever built. Not close, but it is good. Just very, 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 very expensive. I tried to restructure some deals and see if we could, you know, try to get out of the cap by like cutting and re-signing some players after, but which isn't realistic, but we were only able to restructure down to 31 mil from like, we were still at 42, or well, negative 42 to 31. So that didn't really do a whole lot because I wanted to sign a better kicker. We only have like a 70 overall kicker, but there's nothing really we can do about that. But let's see where this team ranks in the league at an 87. The Lions have an 88. They have a really good roster. The Jets also have an 87. The 49ers have an 88. The Cowboys have an 88. The Chiefs have a 90. The Steelers also have an 87. So we're around top 5-ish. There are 4 teams that are better than us and like, what was it? 3 other teams that are tied with us. So yeah, we're like 5 to range in terms of team overall. Will we finish as a top 8 team? I guess we could. We started off this rebuild well. Last year was interesting, but we'll see what happens this year. A few changes on offense this year. We have Connell at center. I moved Dahlman to guard, and then Williams at receiver, who looks really good. We'll see how much production he even gets. He'll have like 200 yards or something. He's like our 5th option, but I guess it's better to have someone good there than someone bad there. And then we drafted Harper on defense, and then that's really the only change to our starting lineup, but of course he looks really good, 82 overall. Might just have star dev, we'll see. Hopefully it's better, but I guess it's only 1 year, so it shouldn't make too much of a difference anyways. But let's just get straight to the end of the season, and we will see how this team does. Okay, well, here we are at the end of the final year of the rebuild, and super quick before I reveal how we did. Again, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like. That's literally all I could ever ask you to do. I would very much appreciate it. And if we hit 2,500 likes on the video, I'll do another Falcons rebuild. I'm sure I'm annoying. I'm sorry, but helps the channel grow. I would appreciate it. And of course, trying to hit 50K really soon, so be sure to subscribe if you like Madden rebuilds. That's all I do. And if you know anyone that might enjoy the channel, be sure to share it with them if you want to. And let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below. I'll give you a shout out if you care about that. Y'all know the drill. But here's a look at the team at the end of year 4. Something interesting, really interesting, is Dante Williams is now up to an 80 overall after only playing 487 snaps. What's his dev trait? Oh, yeah, that was a pretty good pick. It doesn't really matter. I wish we got this player earlier on in the draft, but he probably wouldn't have gotten much playing time anyways. That's kind of crazy though, so we did get an X factor there. Connell has superstar. That's dope. That's cool. And then on defense, God, Harper only has star. I wish he had X factor, and I wish the receiver only had star. I mean, I wish both had X factor. I wish every player I've ever taken had X factor, but I do wish Harper had a better dev trait than star. It doesn't really matter though. Ely only has star. That's tough too, but at least we got a superstar and an X factor. That's nice. Also, Roman has developed as our 3rd tight end. I didn't pick him, but he's a blocking tight end, a late round blocking tight end. Y'all know these type of players. No way. Okay, he also has X factor. As I always say, look for later round good looking blocking tight ends. They don't seem as crazy as they used to be, but there are still players like that. So we got 2 X factors and neither of them started. Why? I wish I would have known. I mean, it's not like I was going to play Williams over Neighbors, to be fair, but still the dev traits are fun. But in year number 4, we finished 12-5 and once again made the playoffs. We're up to an 88 overall too. I mean, this team is really nice. 91 offense, 85 defense. Let's go super quick over our season stats though. Okay, Justin Fields finally decided to do super well, like MVP level well. 3,800 yards, 39 touchdowns, 10 picks, 75% completion percentage. Still not that many yards. I mean, 3,800 yards is fine, but it's nothing crazy. 1,600 yards for Bijan though, 5.4 per carry, 17 touchdowns. Lovelock was better. I should have looked for a good number 2 running back, but I mean, he was fine. 8 touchdowns. Not much rushing from Fields, only 80 attempts, 4.4 per carry, 350 yards, 4 touchdowns. That was whatever. Malik Neighbors was our leading receiver this year though, and we did finally get this how I wanted it. Good production from all 3. 1,000 yards for Neighbors, 9 touchdowns, almost 1,000 for London, 7 touchdowns, 950 for Pitts, 9 touchdowns, likely with a decent amount of catches. And I wish Williams got more involved. I wish we could have switched Likely's and Williams's production, but that wouldn't make sense because Williams would be the one getting replaced by Pitts and Likely would replace Pitts. So yeah, that wouldn't really work that way unless we put Williams at tight end. But for blocking, once again, very good. Chris Lindstrom, 3rd 0-sack season. Get Chris Lindstrom in Madden franchise if he becomes available. Do it. And then on defense, 125 tackles for James Andrews led the team. I almost said David Andrews. Tackles for loss, 11 for Gaffney, and sacks, 9 for Zadarius Smith this year. But outside of that, I mean, 6 for Gaffney, only 5 for Garrett, only 4.5 for Nealon this year. I made him the full-time starter at like both rush end positions. And maybe don't do that because I feel like when you do that, it makes him perform worse for some reason. I don't know why that is. I don't know if I'm just not good at like assembling the rush end positions, but I don't know. Something's wrong there. At least someone produced though. And then interceptions, 3 for Bates, 2 for Overstreet. Geo Hunt finally did something. He got playing time this year. Did very, very well in limited snaps. 2 TFLs, half a sack, and 2 picks. We'll take that. 2 picks for D. Alford and then 1 for 4 players. We had a ton of interceptions this year. But MVP goes to Joe Burrow again. That's interesting. Brock Purdy got signed by the Seahawks. Okay, no thanks. I mean, he's good, but I'm good. Justin Fields at number 6, though. I kind of thought he could be higher. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jalen Hurts again, I think, or he won an MVP. Did he win an Offensive Player of the Year? I can't remember. Justin Fields at number 10. No Bijan, surprising. Oh, no, I'm lying. He was at number 2. I just missed him for some reason. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons. No Falcons. And Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Ezra Tuck for the Packers. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Nick Silva. Of course it does. Great. Isaiah Harper at number 7. What was Nick Silva's overall and what did he do? Let me guess. 90 overall X factor after his rookie year. Hey, it wasn't insane. 7 sacks, 8 tackles for loss. That's good as a rookie. He does have superstar dev. Great. He's up to a 77. He was probably like a 73, 72, 70. I don't know. Somewhere around there. Oh, well, that's fine. But we are going to be taking on Nick Silva's Bears in the wild card here. They only went 9-8, so we're going to lose this game. And let's see. Who's their QB again? They ended up with, I guess, Tua and Drake May for whatever reason. They don't have Drake May anymore. What did they do with Drake May? Trade him? Ooh, Jordan Travis is the starter for the Bucks. That's fun. They also have Will Levis and Geno Smith. That's a low-key underrated quarterback group. I think all 3 of these guys are pretty underrated. Can we get a new company, please? The Cardinals were like, you know what? We spent a 2nd-round pick on Bo Nix when we already had Kyler Murray, and that's not enough. So let's also sign Drake May later. And let's just get rid of Bo Nix. I don't know what they did with Bo Nix. I saw him somewhere for one of these teams. Which one was it? Oh no, Michael Penix. Where's Bo Nix? He's the Jets starter. Okay. They also have Sam Darnold again. That's fun. It looks like the Lions spent a high pick on a QB too. Where did they take this guy? Oh no, he was a 2nd-round pick. I mean, that's still too high for someone that won't see the field probably ever, but okay. This game is something, dude. This. But of course, we are going to be taking on the Bears in the wild card. We have the best offense in the league in terms of points per game. 9th for defense, 3rd overall defense, or 3rd overall offense, I guess, for yards, 7th for defense. So this was a very good team. We were 5th in takeaways. We didn't get many sacks. Well, 31 sacks is decent. It was 15th in the league. Our offense was dominant, though. 10 takeaways was 16th. 10 is a pretty low amount. I mean, I guess I don't know what average is for giveaways, for, turnovers on offense. I would guess it's somewhere around 10 might be right, 8 picks, maybe a few more fumbles lost, though. So I don't know. I'm just yapping. I'm sorry. I've been so yappy in rebuilds lately. Let's simulate this game against the Bears. And it's been a fun rebuild. Yep, we lose at home to a 3 overall worst team, 28-21. This is a certified Madden simulation moment. I love this game. But thank you all so much for watching. This is a crazy good team. And it should, I don't know if it will keep getting better or would keep getting better because it is expensive, as I've said. But on paper, it is a pretty good team and a very young team still, despite being expensive. So I hope y'all enjoyed this one. This was a fun one. I feel like this was kind of a realistic rebuild. It was mostly realistic. It's all stuff that technically could happen. But again, leave a like on the video. I would appreciate it. 2,500 likes for another Falcons rebuild. Be sure to subscribe for more. Trying to hit 50K really soon. And let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below. But thank you all so much for watching. And with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.